Hi guys, it's Rhonda, and I was playing around in Canva the other day, and I decided to do another quick video showing you some of the more recent Canva updates. Maybe you haven't seen them yet, so I thought I'd go through a couple of them for you. This one is probably my favorite. It's group and ungroup, okay? Now, in the past, when you grouped items together like this, they were stuck together. If I wanted to edit this diamond, what I would have to do is ungroup everything, edit this one piece, hope I didn't goof up and move anything else around, and then group them all back together, right? Well, now with a recent update, even after you group things together, if I like the way everything's laid out and I want to make sure this whole area stays in one, I can still edit small pieces of these without ungrouping. Okay, so we have our group design here, and now you just click on the piece of the group that you want to edit, and I can change the size, I can move it around. I can do just about anything I want to it. And when I click off of it, this is all still grouped together. If I want to edit this little diamond here, I just click on it and move it and then click off, and it's still all grouped together, which is fantastic. This is one of my absolute favorite new features. Okay, I can resize a single element, I can move it, I can bring it to the front or send it to the back. And even better is I can ungroup a single object from here. So let's say I want this little diamond, I'm going to ungroup it, and now I can get rid of it and put something else in its place. So this is just such a fantastic feature. And if I want to put it back, then I just select everything and click group again. All right. So, if you are like me and sometimes it's hard to grab exactly what you're wanting in Canva. You end up accidentally moving something you didn't want to move. So this feature here is a game changer. It makes keeping things in line and intact so much nicer. I love it. I love it. Next is motion text. Okay. Now, this has always been a feature, for a long time, but they've moved where you access it. So if I write some text here and I go to the effects panel, normally I have my outline, my shadows, that kind of stuff. Well, now if I scroll all the way to the bottom, down here are my text related apps. So now I can hit the depth text and change it right here. I can go to the motion text, which that's the one I'm using here, and I love it. I love that I can just change it all right here from the effects panel. I can change the font. I can do whatever I want. I can adjust the colors. I can adjust, how I can do multiple color. I can adjust the outline effect, the outline width. I can just do it all from right here inside of my text effects panel, which is amazing. It just makes doing this all so much easier. And, we have all the same features, the wave, the bounce, the 3D styles, the gradients, and you can adjust everything right in there. Speed, direction, colors, all of that. Love it. It is great, if you are making like social media images and stuff like that. Don't go crazy with it, but use it and have fun with it. It's just really nice that we can now access this right here from our text effects panel, which quite frankly, that's where it should have been all along. So I just did this one and it's creating the text animation, and it will, what did I do? I clicked off too soon. Darn it. I hate when that happens. Where is it? It says it has been added to my media library. I don't know where, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. We saw it. We know it works, right? We can go back in here. Let's go back in and run it one more time since I lost it. Okay, we're just going to do one simple one, add it to design. That's what happens when you're, clicky clicky. I just clicked off of this whole thing too soon, and it's in here somewhere. I know it is, but there we go. Now they added that to our design for us, just like that. And now you can download these and save them as a video, an MP4, or even a GIF. And then this one. This is using an image as a border. All right. You can first, fill your text with a pattern and then apply a border to it. While this is in here and it is available, it's not one of my favorite features. It does not work the way I think it should. If you see, we have some text here, but it did not do the inside of the R or the inside of the P. And if I zoom in here even more, you can see we have just spaces where there shouldn't be, and sometimes they're grouped really close together. Other times they're not. It's just not perfect. It is in here, and I'm going to show you how to do it, but you can also do this in Affinity, and it works so much better in there. So if you want this border effect with, little diamonds or pearls or something like that, I highly suggest using Affinity to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it in here quick, but like I said, I much prefer Affinity for this process. So let's start. The first thing we need to do is go to our apps and search for Font Frame Maker. Okay, font frame right here. We're going to select that, and you can put whatever words you want in here. I am going to go with mom, and you see it has a background, but I am going to choose a background for it. And I'm just going to go grab one from in here. I'm going to grab these stripes. Okay, and you see it has applied the stripes. Now I can zoom in to make this bigger if I wanted, something like that, or you can make it as small as, as small as you want. So I think I'm going to go right there. Okay. Once you have that decided, you choose your font, your spacing, all that kind of good stuff. Just click add to design. And now it put mom right here on my canvas. So we have our word now. Next, we need to go to another app called Border Art Maker. So just go to apps. Let me find my apps button over here. Apps, Border Art Maker. Okay. And it's this purple one with like the circle of stars. And we're going to select that. Now, what we're going to do is we first need to pick our image that we're going to use. You can use available paths in here. You can draw your own. If we did that, it would put the image that we choose on this path, or it says detect from image. So I am going to say, I have my mom selected. I'm just going to say use selected image. So that's the image we're going to use, mom. Then you scroll down and it asks for the element. And again, they have different shapes in here that you can use, and you can change the color on those. We did mom in like a red, white, and blue almost. You could do these stars if you wanted, but we're going to click custom and select our little diamond here and say use selected image. So now, and you can see it up top there, it's a hot mess. So we're going to have to scroll down here, and we need to adjust the size. So we want to take our size down to about, I'd say even, I'm going to go 10, okay? And then your spacing, you can go from 0 all the way up. So, and you can kind of see the preview up here. Now, if you do 0, there's no space between each one of the diamonds, okay? So that's what I think I'm going to do. You can also do a rotation if you wanted to. I don't really see a lot of need for a rotation with this diamond, but I might set it to, maybe 12, give or take, and then just click add to design. And right here it is. So let me zoom in here, because now we have to size our frame to match our text and then place it where we want it. All right. And so there it is. And like I said, if you zoom in, you do have the diamonds, but they don't always look the nicest. And like I said, they also don't fill the inner part of the O here. So while it works, it definitely works. Let me get rid of that one and let me make this whole thing bigger so you can see it. It definitely does work, but it works better in Affinity. And I do have a video showing you how you can do that in Affinity. I will make sure I leave a link for that below. That way, if you wanted to, if you really want to put borders on your text, Affinity is the way to go. Like I said, I wanted to show it to you because it is a feature in here and it is something that a lot of people like to do, put borders on things, but it's not the optimal way to do it. All right. So that's what I wanted to show you today, guys. Just a few features, a couple updates, and just some things I've been playing with inside of Canva. Some of these you might use a lot. Some are things you probably, okay, great, I know how to do it, but I probably won't do it in here. But at any rate, I hope you guys found this helpful in some way. I appreciate you watching as always. So please take a minute to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And I will see you next time.